My name is Kelly Fair, and I am the founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program. If everybody wouldn't mind giving us a round of applause, this is actually the 4-year anniversary of Polished Pebbles. Polished Pebbles, the name was actually inspired by a quote that I saw in Susan Taylor, who was a former editor of Essence magazine, and she had transitioned from Essence and was now doing her National Cares Mentoring movement, working to recruit more African Americans to participate in mentoring with young people. When she launched that, she also wrote a new book called All About Love. And in one of the entries in All About Love, it was an entry that was all about the strength of relationships and how important they are to our individual growth. And so one of the quotes from that particular entry said, like pebbles in the bag, we all polish one another. And I thought it would be, Polished Pebbles was a great play on that. It grabbed the essence of it. And for it to be a mentoring program and a group mentoring program where a group of women are involved, a group of girls are always involved. We are all the pebbles that come in that bag, and when we come together for field trips, for sessions, for activities, for whatever, we may come in dented, we may be different colors, we may be a little, bruised, but when we come together and work together in that bag, we all come out polished for excellence. We serve well over 500 girls through 15 different program sites. We are the Girls Mentoring Program that teaches girls to be effective communicators. We want them to be effective communicators at home, at school, and the future workplace. 2008 was an important year for me. That was the year that Susan Taylor's book came out. I got the book. I went to a book signing, had her sign it, and at that time it meant so much to me because I made the decision to leave corporate America and transition into this next level of something. And so that's when I started developing it in 2008. Shopped it around lots of different places. Nobody was biting. And so 2009, I think what really initiated and pushed me to starting it, I was working with some young people in another program, and it was around the time that Chris Brown and Rihanna had their clash. And what was so devastating to me is as we were having conversations with the girls about it, the girls were all mad at Rihanna. I mean, about 85% felt like it was her fault and she had brought that upon herself. And I just think that urgency really pushed me to start having a session where we had that conversation, and that's when Polished Pebbles was born. I think out of urgency. I tried the nonprofit thing. I figured, well, that would be the natural progression after leaving corporate. It wasn't a quite right fit. It wasn't matching what I was feeling on the inside. And when I got to working for other agencies and I was hearing what the girls were saying, on the inside of me it said I can't wait anymore. I have got to go ahead and just do this Polished Pebbles thing. I got to fight my fears. I got to put everything to the side, and we launched it. So in August 2009, we had a room full of 10 women to mentor and maybe 2 girls. But we were born.
Can somebody tell me what a goal is?
A goal is something that you set so that you can succeed.
Okay, that's a good answer.
It's a sense of urgency with African American girls. Rightfully so, there's been so much attention put towards the urgency and the crisis with black boys. But our black girls are growing up in the same neighborhoods, fighting for respect in the same way. They've got additional stuff with all this misogyny and things that are going on in the media. So we needed to have this focus with black girls, but particularly empowering them with their communication skills.
We learn how to project and learn what we're going to do when we grow up and how to reach our goals. My favorite experience was when I met my friend Brianna Moreland, and we were just really closer than we had ever been, and it was all because of Polished Pebbles.
It helped me because I had like an attitude, and now I really don't. Like I do what I do.
You know, we talk to girls about this all the time. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, your mama got on your nerves. You know, our kids are facing high levels of trauma before they even hit the school doors. But despite all that, young lady, you can't go to school and cuss out your teacher because you feel like it. So the kind of like foundational principles of what we work to exude with our girls in Polished Pebbles are, we call them the 3 C's. First C is communication, the second is career development, and the third is community. Recognizing that our girls, too many of them, unfortunately, do not have consistent, positive relationships with males. So men have played a huge role in making sure that Polished Pebbles is what it is today too. One good example of that is every February we have Men's Month. And so we recruit men throughout our networks to come out and recognizing that far too many of our girls do not have positive daily interactions with great male role models. So we created an opportunity with Men's Month where we recruit men to come into our after-school programs and serve on open panels. And many men from our network volunteer for our daddy-daughter dinner. So a girl can bring her daddy, brother, cousin, dad, if they have that individual in their lives. But if you don't have anybody, you come along, you're not alone. There is a daddy there for you. You can talk about everything else in the world, but nothing works successfully in this, I think in any business, but particularly in this type of business, without partnerships. All these great companies have said, hey, we want to impact young people. We want to work with your girls, and the girls get to go and do tours of those different companies, different academic institutions like IIT, and they learn about these different industries, regardless if they're traditional or non-traditional. We've been fortunate enough over the last several years to partner with several different Chicagoland businesses. Bloomingdale's Department Store, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, ThoughtWorks, software firm, the Chicago Sky, the Microsoft Store are just some of the businesses that we've been able to partner with. It's a huge, huge part of our program. So one of the partnerships that we've been most fortunate to form was one with UChicago or University of Chicago charter schools. With that, we've already been in a network. So when I had their elementary school students, I'm fortunate enough to be able to follow them into middle school. So I can track little Sierra that I had at NKO, and now Sierra's in 6th grade, and she knows me. There's a relationship there. Even if I have a new staff member there, we still have this presence. There's this expectation of what a Polished Pebbles is. I am woman, hear me roar. When I grab the mic, budgets. You've seen it on the news, you've seen it all over the place. It is a reality with many of the schools and the institutions that we've served. Their budgets are not quite where they were at one point, and they have been making cuts. And so when these kind of things happen, sometimes programs are discontinued. Sometimes sites don't go on quite as well or as much as they have, and we are experiencing some of that now. As I talk to more and more of my colleagues, it's the same experience all over the place. So that means that comes back to us and a responsibility to step up to make sure that we still reach out. Just because the official lines have been cut, we are a community, and how do we still do the work and make sure we do it with integrity and not break these kids' trust? Kids who are experiencing trauma have huge issues with trust being cut, and with some of our programs being cut, I am concerned about some of the girls that we are no longer serving. People don't realize, like, you just walking through the door and showing up every Saturday, or most of the 8 Saturdays out of the year. That says to a kid, oh, she cares, she ain't no liar. You know, because one time we were just starting a new site, and one of the girls were like, wait a minute, y'all gonna show up every week? And we said, yeah, we'll be here every, Tuesday and Thursday. She said, even when it snows, y'all gonna show up. Yeah, we're gonna be here. Even when Christmas comes, y'all still gonna show up. So she is saying, hey, I'm used to people not keeping their word, not keeping their commitment. The people closest to me who are supposed to be doing that aren't. So by you just showing up and giving your best, and even if just showing up is your best at the moment, we need you there.
I create lessons that help the girls build their self-esteem in terms of like being effective communicators, being able to use their voice being able to shine when it's time to. Oftentimes we talk about what they want to do in the future in terms of career and college success. And what we know that those who are successful in life are those who have presence, those who know how to use their voice. And so the girls really enjoy it. I enjoy it. The parents enjoy it as well. One of the things that it has done for me is it's helped me to become a better educator as well as a better counselor. Polished Pebbles, it's just been an amazing experience overall.
I feel like our job is to create spaces and places for adults to impact young people's lives. And that means you have to be realistic about what people are bringing to the table. And so some of these people come in and volunteer directly with the girls. Some of them are great event planners. Erica Jones of Social Life, she's one of our volunteers that's been with us pretty much since 2009. She came in as a guest speaker. But whenever we have a dinner outing, a social etiquette dinner or a different event, she uses her skill sets there to help participate and grow what we do. That's what we need. So it's our job and my job to make sure, how do we twist, turn, make opportunities, for everybody to have a role and help grow, whether it's direct service, working with girls one-on-one, or maybe you're behind the scenes. We need to find a place and space for you to be successful.
The reason why I joined Polished Pebbles was because over the summer I went to Kelly's fundraiser that she had for Polished Pebbles. Didn't know anything about Polished Pebbles, but I just saw the love from the pictures. I just saw the dedication. I just saw the fact that there were mentors and volunteers there that were so dedicated. They all got along. It was sort of like a sisterhood. And because I'm the only child, I know that that's important. And I know that a lot of girls out here, they don't have brothers and sisters, or they don't have mothers and fathers that are willing to spend time to nurture them. So Polished Pebbles is a great way to kind of have that village where you feel like you belong and you feel like you are loved.
It's all about love. It is. As I've been thinking about a lot of my staff coming back this year, what's the theme for this year? How do I want to approach it? Knowing them, knowing what we're dealing with. There's a couple of things I'm thinking about. Learning is important, always being open to learning, living your life and taking, risks, chances, stepping out and growing more. But love is so important. Self-love is important. If you want to know if somebody is cool with themselves, put them in front of a group of kids, because kids will hold you accountable in every way, shape, or form possible. So loving yourself, but being willing to love kids no matter what walk they come from.
One thing I think I learned the most was how to express myself and stand up for myself, because you shouldn't let someone put you down and make you feel belittled.
We have some of everything and everybody, and I think it's a wonderful thing. We've been calling the men volunteers, and how do we find that way? We'll be partnering this year with 100 Black men, and so we'll be doing some, they'll be supporting our Men's Month, and we'll be looking at doing another couple of initiatives. And then another group that's coming on is one of the Chicago chapters of Links. Those women are coming on. So people are finding out, and it's our job to say, yeah, we need your help. How can you help us? What do you think? And providing that space for us to collaborate. We want to get involved with Polished Pebbles. Definitely, we need as many likes on social media as possible. So you can definitely find us at Polished Pebbles on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us and follow us and like us on Facebook. And you can go to our website, www.polishedpebbles.com. And also, if you're interested, send us an email at info@polishedpebbles.com, or give us a call at 773-340-2140. If you're interested in volunteering, supporting, if you're a business and you want to get involved, community organization, intern, what have you, we are always open to growing and inviting more people to be a part of this wonderful Polished Pebbles.
And the joy they bring. It's the little things and the joy they bring.
Give Black.